She was finally back on the basketball court against the Brazilian national team.
Caitlin Clark walking back into Carver Hawkeye.
Caitlin Clark opening up the game, pull-up three, bang, to the logo three to close the third quarter, walking off to a standing ovation.
It was an unbelievable game to watch on television.
No one saw it coming. What started as a preseason matchup turned into a global statement. Caitlin Clark didn't just show up against Brazil, she dismantled them.
Caitlin Clark is just different from everyone else.
It's crazy how one player can implement a change so massive, and that is Caitlin Clark.
With every no-look assist and deep three from the logo, it wasn't just domination. It was pure humiliation for the Brazilian team.
Look at this.
The crowd erupted, clips went viral within minutes, and the Indiana Fever shattered expectations with a new record that sent shockwaves through the WNBA.
Whenever Caitlin Clark takes the floor, that maybe is different not only from any player in the WNBA, but from any player in basketball.
And just when you thought Clark had peaked, she raised the bar again, proving she's not just a rookie, she's a revolution in motion. What unfolded on that court will leave fans stunned and critics speechless.
The whole crowd was all standing up together, clapping. You could see the 22 logo imprinted on the floor.
Caitlin Clark didn't just play a game. She delivered a basketball masterclass that left the Brazilian national team scrambling for answers. From the opening tip-off, it was clear something extraordinary was unfolding. Clark came out with a fire in her eyes, orchestrating the Indiana Fever's offense like a seasoned veteran.
In Iowa City at the Carver Hawkeye Arena, the Fever and Brazil.
In just a few minutes, she had already knocked down a pair of deep threes, sliced through defenders with ease, and made an assist so slick it instantly trended across social platforms. The Fever's rhythm shifted with her presence, fast-paced, fearless, and commanding.
Brazil, look at this. Belong.
You from beyond
My goodness.
This wasn't just another warm-up game. Brazil had shown up expecting to test Indiana's chemistry. Instead, they were met with a relentless onslaught led by the most talked-about rookie in basketball. Clark's court vision was next level, finding teammates in tight windows, anticipating defensive rotations before they happened.
The Indiana Fever are where they are because of Caitlin Clark. The WNBA is where it is because of Caitlin Clark. The Iowa situation is what it is because of Caitlin Clark. The ball movement was great to see. Who didn't want to see that the ball snapping around and the unselfish play? I think it bodes very, very well for the ceiling of this team.
And controlling the pace like she'd been in the league for years. Her performance wasn't just dominant, it was surgical. What made it even more astonishing was how quickly the Fever clicked around her. This wasn't a solo act. Clark's leadership elevated every player on the court. Aaliyah Boston was a force in the paint, and Nalessa Smith was running the floor like a track star.
She broke her own damn record, hitting 36-foot-long three-pointers. She looked it sensational. This team looked it great, and I'm telling you right now, they just put the entire WNBA on notice.
But it was Clark who made them shine, threading impossible passes, pushing transition plays, and bringing out the best in her squad. Fans in the arena were left in awe, and even those watching from home could feel it. This wasn't the same Indiana Fever. This team had identity, hunger, and swagger, and it was all sparked by Caitlin Clark's energy and elite basketball IQ.
Caitlin Clark play, and then we got one of the highlights of her career, really. We know she broke the record at Iowa, and then I'm going to pull up from all the way here. The ball's way in the air, and it goes down.
Brazil had experience, size, and strategy, but they had no answer for a phenom who turned the court into her stage. As the game unfolded, it became impossible to ignore the growing sense that history was being made, not just because of the score, but because of the statement being delivered.
I didn't plan to shoot that logo three. I know coming into the game, everybody wanted me to shoot one from there. But Steph was like, I was supposed to come out at the end of the third, so she's like, give a foul, give a foul, give a foul. And then it was 30 seconds on the clock, which like between 30 to 33, that's like your 2-for-1 range where you have to get one up. So I saw 30 as we're inbounding the ball, which probably is inbounding the ball at 30, probably a little low. But I was like, why not?
Caitlin Clark was no longer just the NCAA's golden child. She was proving that her dominance translates seamlessly to the professional stage. Every possession seemed to build momentum, and with each play, Clark dismantled the Brazilian team's confidence brick by brick.
Caitlin pretty much controlled this game. As far as Brazil, no one really stood out.
Midway through the second quarter, the Fever were up by double digits, and Clark showed no signs of easing up. Her signature step-back threes looked like highlight reels in real time. But it wasn't just her offense that stunned Brazil. It was the way she read their defensive schemes like an open book.
When Caitlin Clark arrives, she's going to be responsible for moving the ball more. She's going to be responsible for setting picks, dropping the ball off, making decisions. It's not just going to be dumping the ball down and you make a decision and we'll live with whatever you do. So
she drew double teams and still found the open player. When Brazil tried switching coverages or trapping her at the top, she adjusted with effortless composure, breaking through like she'd seen it all before.
Lexi Hall rocked up wearing a Caitlin Clark Iowa jersey. These players are very much out there to celebrate Caitlin Clark.
And then came the play that lit the arena on fire, a transition no-look bounce pass that led to a thunderous and one finish. The bench exploded. The crowd roared. Social media erupted. Within minutes, clips were circulating everywhere, with fans and analysts calling it the moment the WNBA shifted.
So this is what an actual crowd looks like. Chloe Peterson put this up. That is a sold-out arena. 14,998 people. That's all it could hold. They all showed up in Caitlin Clark's college arena. Absolutely full capacity, folks. Full capacity on this thing.
It was domination, but not the kind built on brute force. It was pure finesse, a masterclass in basketball IQ, spacing, timing, and anticipation. The Brazilian players looked stunned. This wasn't just a game anymore. It was a warning shot to the entire WNBA.
This is the cue more than 2 hours before the game. Not even, if not, probably 4 figures amount of people are waiting outside already 2 hours before for everything to open up. She put on a show. The deep logo 3 that further than the logo really, that no one else is doing. The delicious dimes whenever Caitlin Clark takes the floor that maybe is different not only from any player in the WNBA, but from any player in basketball.
Indiana Fever, long doubted, overlooked, and mocked for years, now had something the league hadn't seen in a very long time. A generational talent who not only carried hype, but lived up to it, and then some. The scoreboard kept climbing, and Brazil's resistance collapsed under the pressure of Clark's relentless tempo.
It was an unbelievable game to watch on television. It looked great. The crowd was into it. It was fired up. Social media was fired up during the game.
By halftime, broadcasters were already comparing her presence to WNBA legends. But it wasn't just about scoring. Caitlin had completely taken over the psychological aspect of the game.
this is just a really high quality team, I think. And I look forward to seeing the rest, as it looks like they just scored their 100th point of the game against Brazil. I do not believe the Chicago Sky did as well against Brazil as Indiana is right now.
Brazil's defense was disoriented, their communication falling apart, and the gap between the two teams widened to the point of no return. And sitting courtside, scouts, reporters, and former pros could only shake their heads in disbelief at how fast things were shifting.
Caitlin Clark breaking the record at $440 per average ticket to get into this game. That record was rebroken and increased to $670 per ticket. Couldn't help myself. Haters, read it and weep.
By the final quarter, it wasn't just the Fever who were on a mission. It was clear that Caitlin Clark had sparked something deeper. Every camera lens was locked on her, every dribble added to the growing highlight reel. And when she checked out with the game firmly in hand, the crowd rose in unison, giving her a standing ovation fit for a seasoned MVP.
Caitlin Clark opening up the game, pull-up three, bang, to the logo three to close the third quarter, walking off to a standing ovation. Caitlin Clark pulling up from 36 feet out. From start to finish, there was never a doubt in our mind. There was never a time where we even thought to ourselves, is this game going to be close? Indiana comes out, 8-0 run, close out the first quarter, close out the second quarter, close out the third quarter, sit our starters in the fourth quarter, and by the time it's all said and done,
the scoreboard flashed a record-breaking margin, marking not just a victory for Indiana Fever, but a new chapter for the franchise. Brazil, despite their international pedigree, had been completely neutralized.
Honestly, I was really excited to just get out there and play, and especially getting to do it for the first time this season in front of these fans was really cool for myself. And just seeing the amount of people and young girls and young boys that stand there and scream for me to sign their stuff, I don't take that for granted. That's so cool. I would be lying to you if I thought that was just normal and everybody gets to do that. They don't. So I'm glad I can be a role model for them, and they have a great impact on me too.
Their bench sat stunned, their coaching staff with arms folded in disbelief, as they witnessed firsthand what it looked like when a rising superstar hit full throttle. And this wasn't just about one game. It was about the storm Caitlin had unleashed.
Just seeing the amount of people and young girls and young boys that stand there and scream for me to sign their stuff, I don't take that for granted. That's so cool. I would be lying to you if I thought that was just normal and everybody gets to do that. They don't. So I'm glad I can be a role model for them, and they have a great impact on me too.
Within minutes of the final buzzer, her performance had gone viral once again. Clips of her laser-accurate passes, cold-blooded threes, and fearless drives were plastered across ESPN, Bleacher Report, and every major sports outlet. Social media crowned her the next face of the WNBA, and fans were already calling her the future league MVP.
There's Caitlin again, signing autographs.
This is Caitlin Clark doing what Caitlin Clark does, signing autographs.
New additions, great former additions. The ball was moving, the passes were popping. What is possible for this group this year?
Yeah, a championship. That's our goal, and I think working every single day. It's going to take a lot of hard work, and we got a new team, so it's going to take some time to put it all together.
And it wasn't just hype, it was earned. Every play backed it up. Every stat line confirmed it. This wasn't just a win for the Fever, it was a message to the league. Caitlin Clark is here, and she's not waiting for her moment. She's taking it right now.
I'm just very, very thankful to be able to come back to a place that continues to support me and see old friends that are having a great time getting to watch me do my thing, that don't play basketball anymore, that are just my friends, and spending time with them, even though it was just dinner last night, it's just fun to come back here and kind of feel like you're in college again in a way, but also it was a little weird going in the locker room, but I don't know, something about this gym just makes me play well, and these shoes, it just, I don't know, so there's something about it, but I just, a lot of gratitude and just thankful I can share it with my family too. A lot of them were here, my grandparents were here, and they don't get to come to many either, and these are the moments that you never take for granted, and you kind of just want to stay in for forever. So.
And just like that, Caitlin Clark turned what was supposed to be a standard preseason game into a global headline. While Brazil left the court stunned, the Fever walked off with history made and a new identity forged. This wasn't just about beating an international team. It was about sending a clear message. The Indiana Fever are no longer underdogs, and Caitlin Clark isn't just living up to the hype. She's rewriting what it means to be a rookie. The league better brace itself, because if this was just the beginning, what comes next might be unstoppable.
It was an unbelievable game to watch on television. It looked great. The crowd was into it. It was fired up. Social media was fired up during the game.
Brazil, look at this. Belong.
You bet from beyond the
My goodness.
So this is what an actual crowd looks like. Chloe Peterson put this up. That is a sold-out arena. 14,998 people. That's all it could hold. They all showed up in Caitlin Clark's college arena. Absolutely full capacity, folks. Full capacity on this thing.